Hello, everybody, and welcome to Book 10, Shadow of Vecna. Goodness and love will follow me. Ooh, ominous. I am your DM for the next hour, Gloss and Gadgets, also known as Leonie, and these are my lovely players. Oh, all the windows are like messed up for some reason. Awesome. Who's this? Okay, well, let's just fix this. It's not like anybody's here watching us right now. We've got 0 viewers. So we're just gonna fix you. And Bash, we've lost you. I'm in the right place. But John, we got John twice. There's Bash. There we go. Right, let's put you in the right box there. You go over there. I can't even find this Windows capture. There we go. We'll move Khan over there. Move Bash back. There we go. Welcome to the Greyhawk channel. It's always a interesting time here when I'm trying to DM and run things at the same time. Let's just run through some things that we have to run through. Obviously, we need to thank you, our viewers, and our patrons and our subs. Without you, none of this would be possible. Without you, I would not be coming back in wintertime, where I think I'm going to run something in the Feywild. I haven't really decided yet. We'll see. We'd like to thank our sponsors, which are Devonru, the map people, Battle Maps, our Battle Map sponsor. Look, see, the overlay gets messed up and I don't know what I'm doing. I've got it written down, I can just look. And, of course, Tabletop Loot, who give away 15% off Clack Clack Math Rocks, where all you need to do is use the coupon code Greyhawk, capital G for golf, capital H for hotel, and you'll get 15% off. Lastly, we would like to also thank Roll20 for pretty much nearly all the games in Greyhawk channel are powered by Roll20, and they are a great help to us. And that's pretty much it. Let's get started, shall we? Because this is it, second to last episode. You guys ready? Let's No, you're not ready? Oh well, too bad. Sadly, Diveris couldn't be here today because he's off doing special things, but we'll be here on the finale, to which everyone will be here on the finale for the Ultimate Showdown. Who will it be? We're already taking bets on whether it will be Vecna himself or if it will be the Prince of Pleasure. We'll find out next week. So quickly, let's just go around the table, introduce who you are playing, and tell me your thoughts of your character going through your mind this very moment as you are being carried away by pretty much a wave of orcs storming the Mage Tower. And we're going to do what we normally do, so the last person that touches their nose goes first. Oh, that was kind of hard. It was a toss-up between the siblings, Khan and Arafor. I will say Arafor. Since you weren't here last week, we'll get you out of the way. You did watch, I do hear, though.
Absolutely.
Let me just mute my iPad because it's annoying me. Okay, muted. Done. So, Arafor.
Mm-hmm. Hey everyone, good evening, good konbanwa, and it's nice to be back. Sorry I missed last week. We were doing all kinds of respecting of ancient ancestors and the like, but I did, as Crossing as you said, watch what was going on, and yeah, I'm ready. I've snapped out of the reverie that I was in, bewitched by the badass gnomery of Cassandra, leader of the black market, and stunned into a feeling of slight. What's what I'm looking for? I'm doubting my powers as an illusionist after beholding the mighty conjurations of Diverse. And actually looked back at the spells I'd chosen when we leveled up, and I realized I had leaned heavily into the cleric spells, not illusionist spells. I think I've definitely maybe passed the gauntlet, the mantle of illusionist over to Diverse there. I mean, how can we compete with such godly conjurations as appeared last week? So yeah, I'm really excited to be back. And out of 4 is really just doesn't know what's going to happen, and is just going to follow on and carry on with everyone and see where these orcs take us. And suddenly they're on our side, and we're on the same side, and we don't know what's going on, but we'll see what's going on. Bye.
Okay, once again, last place to touch the nose goes next. Bash, that was you.
I should never have told anybody my secret, because now it's just all right. Fine, everybody. Hello, how are you? Bash, the Dragonborn Paladin here, ready to not fight orcs, but instead use them as a distraction to climb a tower, because that's what I want to do. Bash wants to climb it, like with claws, just like scale it to the top. And then maybe jump off. I don't know. Yeah, what's going through Bash's mind right now is just like, hello, can we go home? Is it home yet? Are we? Forest, please. I would like to be free of this terrible town. But also, I think Bash wants to figure out what's in this vault and figure out, who they need to stab with this sword that hates Vecna, so that they can have their vengeance on being confused and tossed around by their nose by all these powerful deities. Bash does not like. Bash wants stab. Powerful things to die. That's it.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, Karn.
Hello, I play Karn. I play the wonderful, very confused, kind of smart sometimes, tiefling monk Karn. And right now they are thinking, as they're being carried away by orcs, quack, 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 quack. They are ready to go into this tower, hopefully, just no matter what what Karn is going through, there's always an underlying repeated mantra of crap, 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 crap. Just this time it's, okay, we have to get into the tower, crap, 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 crap. And we have to figure out how to get around things with all of these orcs, crap, 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 crap. And it's just that over and over and over again. They're planning. They're very meticulous right now.
Okay. Well, without further ado, allow me to set the scene for you. Caught up into a wave of warrior orcs, you are swept out into a pristine city of white. The sun is certainly up now, and that sense of calm that's been in the city, even though the walls were being sieged, is broken. It is pure chaos. Those that did not go to the temple for protection are now just running panicked. But with this mighty illusion of their gods, the orcs are not pillaging and burning everything that they come across. They are instead moving to one target and one target. That being the Mage Tower, situated on a small island out into the middle of the river. The tallest building in the city. It looms ever watching, ever waiting, casting a stark shadow across the city. And eventually, as there is more space, you are eventually released from this wave of humanoids. The orcs begin hammering at the great heavy gates of the Mage Tower, ones that you have encountered before, ones that you knew you could bribe your way into if the opportunity ever came again. But that's not an option now. For some reason, this building looks taller than you remember. If you recount from your memories, it was only 3 floors. And you don't need to be a cleric or a wizard, or even a paladin, to know that the magic of this building has changed. Yes, Bash, the magic of this building has indeed changed. And so you stand in the shadow of this building. You know to get to the vault. It is here we'll begin our session.
Every time. Look, it's like 800 feet taller than it was before. This is ridiculous. I hate it. And I hate everybody who's just like, oh, my whim is to change what things look like. No.
Did we come to the right place? I mean,
there's only one
been in the
tower.
We're here straight. No, we're here. It's just this leisurely conversation as we're just being like, "Carrie, no, we're here. We're here."
Bash like pushes their way out of the straggling orcs that have like left us, and there's like, okay, fine, we have to get to the top. I really was feeling more like climbing, but I feel like that's not an option now because
it's so tall.
It's so big now. I hate it.
It's so big now. I hate it.
So if we're looking for a vault, they're not usually at the top, or is that what we saw in that room at the top with all the people around the table?
Yeah, that's. I assume it's still. I don't know. It could be at the bottom.
It's a cannon noise coming out of Karn right now.
Okay, well, let's make our way to the base of it, and
could somebody go top and then somebody go bottom, and then we just kind of work our way to each other?
I mean, that's generally how things work in life. There's a top and there's a bottom, and they work their way to each other. Yeah.
I 100% agree. This is not going to be a weird episode today.
All right.
Been approved by Card.
Now there's other folks called. No, anyway, I'm just.
You're away for a single week. Just
No. This is every week. We have our life lessons from Bash.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna. Now Bash is gonna
put aside the thing about power bottoming.
Right. Bash was going to go into a diatribe about switching and also power dynamics from different positions, but they will move towards the tower. I mean, they're sharing with their fellow friends about it, but we won't go into it here because I made a promise with myself. I made a promise with myself out of character that this episode was gonna be the one where I didn't awkwardly bring up anything. I already failed. We've been playing for like 10 minutes. I'm already like, yes, hello, let's talk about anyway. No.
Arafo turns to Khan. He's like, Sprite, I think I missed a few lessons.
You did. Don't worry. I record them. It opens their book, and it's just like these little doodles that say Bash's says. All the little life lessons they had. So don't worry. We have a very weird and long conversation to have later once we get home.
So I remember correctly that Diveris has fly.
Yes.
I was gonna say that Bash is gonna suggest we swim and see if we can get in underwater. But if Diveris, in his infinite wisdom, Hold on, sorry. Somebody is having an emergency at my house. Okay, I apologize. Yeah, but if Diveris is active enough to cast fly on us all so that we can then be dispelled midair and fall, I'm into it.
Okay. So, Diveris casts fly at whatever spell slot is appropriate for
One
all
of
of you.
them. Yeah.
One of them.
That stuff.
Whatever.
And Arafel, you
I think-
have flown before
Yeah.
with your elk, but this time you're not on the back of a beast. This is you.
Sprite. Grab your butt.
Little Arafel balloon.
And as you start to soar up and you start to get an idea of the tower, you can also see the whole city. And the orcs were mostly focused on the bridge and the tower. Some have spread out, kind of like when you spill oil. You know, there's just not enough room for all of them in that one place. And I keep doing this action, which is making me giggle in my head because I have a disgusting mind. And there is some burning of buildings, but you can also see the front. And you can see that nearly the entire army is pressed up against the walls. There were 3 siege towers, only one seemed to have made it. The guard is losing the battle. They are holding, but they are losing. Slowly. And the first floor, you see no windows, you see no entrances. You see, it's pretty much impenetrable from here. The second floor, you can see large stained glass windows. The third floor, the magic in the air gets thicker, harder. You get that horrible metallic electric taste in your mouth that kind of makes your skin or scales prickle. And this is as high as you go. What would you like to do?
Just one second. I have to go fix something.
No problem. You go do
There.
that.
All right. Yep. I'll be right back.
Mhm.
Go ahead and decide. Bash goes with the party because they're a team player. Obs.
All right.
What so windows? So what are there any open windows, or is it all sealed up?
So you do a little loop around the tower, and they're all sealed.
What would Bash do?
It's right there in the name.
What are the stained glasses? Like, is it actually like a pictures of just pretty colors?
No, it's just pretty colours.
Just pretty colors. I don't want to punch it, but sort of swim in the air over to because Karn does not understand. No, I don't know how to fly. There was one time they tried to grab the elk. Airfor was going, and it just did not work. They don't like up as a general direction most of the time, so they just sort of swim like this towards. They are going to try to use their claws to like pink some of the stained glass out. I mean, after that, they're totally just gonna like hold on to it, maybe put it back in place. But they're gonna try to like tink out the glass so that they can try to get in.
Okay, that's quite smart. I mean, stained glass, you can see where the catch is, so I will allow you to try and remove that. But I would get you to do me a sleight of hand check to do that. So not to get it out without breaking it, because stained glass is actually very thin.
Yes.
And without dropping it as well. So that's what this.
Could you help me with something? Sorry. How long do I need to ritually cast something?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. It's gonna be too long, isn't it? How long can we fly for?
An hour.
Okay, because I can ritually cast silence so that we don't hear us breaking through the window.
That would be a
I
very
don't want to
smart thing
leave
to
any
do.
type of like evidence that we were even around here. That's why I'm trying to take it off and then go in and then put it back.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but silence would.
No, silence would definitely help.
Yeah.
I
So
just,
why don't?
I don't to just be like.
I mean, look, Bash would just stab it.
I called it.
But
You did.
yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's not.
Like, what would Bash do?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not difficult. Bash would just be like, "Hup, all right, we're in. Who's gonna remember this except for maybe our main antagonist? Whatever." Anyway,
So
yeah.
I assume there are like various symbols and things that need to be used to do it ritually. So you just see Arthur kind of just like gust over to the wall and bring out a little stick of chalk, and he's just like just starts doodling away on the wall next to where the catch is, out of sight of the window, around the corner, on the solid side.
So I got some new dice.
Ooh, pretty.
I know. Look at all the sparkles. Hold on.
Mm.
You can't really see them. No. I just realised I didn't have any dice. I should do some rolling. Oh, we won't use that one again, but we'll remember that one.
Wait, I think the group votes that we use that one again, for sure.
Really? You want me to roll nat 20s?
Actually, can we save that one for the finale? That's specifically what you use that one for the
Okay,
finale.
cool. So remember, it's the one with the pretty blue numbers. That was its first ever roll. Okay.
So he casts silence, and then I still need to do the sleight of hand to remove it.
Yeah, because as I said, it's to know that you don't break it and don't drop it.
Gotcha.
So,
Ooh.
silence goes up. You can't even hear your own heartbeat. You can't even hear the roar of war. Just deathly silence.
And Bash is floating underneath both of them because
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, Bash assumes that one or two of them is just going to kind of fail at something. And as a mother, you want to make sure you help your children as much as possible, but also make them feel guilty when you do, because that's how you do it. So
It's true.
You can't hear what Arafor's saying, but he mouths something along the lines of like, "Mom, we can do this."
Karn is just like, I rolled an 11 plus 3, so I rolled 14.
You take out the first one.
Wow, that silence spell is not working.
No.
My cat's in the curtains.
You take out the second one. Oh, there's so much pressure, Karn. You rub your hands on your thing. You go for 2. One slips. Just for recognition, it was red in colour. It falls.
Mm-hmm.
But you managed to take enough on to slide your hand in and hit the catch. You open it. The shutter seems a bit jammed. You're quite sure if there wasn't a silence spell, it might have creaked. But it doesn't.
But it doesn't do that, right?
Thank you, my
Hello,
sound
I'm the
effects.
Foley. How's it going, everybody?
And as you open the window winder, you see that you're in a large dining room. It's very plush. This is probably where the masters of this tower eat. When I say plush, big, chunky wooden tables, nice cutlery, everything's gold.
Steal it. Just take all of it.
Thick carpets.
They have what's this version of a love sack? It's just giant beanbag. This one's coming with me.
It's a beanbag made with diamonds. It's very uncomfortable, but it's what wealthy people sit in. That's what they've told me for sure.
My friend had one. It was the best thing I've ever sat in my life.
I set my eyelashes on fire. Did you notice that?
Yeah. I was trying not to pay attention to it.
It's fine.
You would.
We were trying to
be.
let you gracefully picture. Nope, we didn't even see it.
I was talking about stealing all the gold cutlery, everybody. Let's just rob this place.
Meanwhile, in the back of our brains, fire.
Funny.
Fire.
I'm fine, by the way. I didn't set fire to myself. I nearly did.
Well, that's good. That's
I
good.
was getting there, I promise. A real friend laughs at you first, then make sure you're okay.
I'm gonna miss the scripts.
We love you.
I love you too. Are you going in the room?
No, yes. After getting it in, we are we're going inside.
Awesome.
I would like to look around immediately.
Okay, there's no one around. But you still can't hear anything. This spell has a range of 20 foot.
Mm-hmm. Are we still flying? Like, are we like not even touching the floor? We're just sort of floating inside.
Well, that's totally down to you and your preference.
There might be booby traps. I kind of won't fly.
I mean, Bash lands and is like, "What are you doing?" As you're like floating, cool.
Karn is gonna say that. There might be booby traps. I've done this before. Okay.
You,
Right, okay.
you mouth silently at each other.
Oh yeah. You're like, just float away. But can I do a perception check to see if I do notice anything? I don't think I made it to this room the last time I was sneaking around. I didn't make it to the mess room, did I?
No, you did not. So yeah, you
Yeah,
can certainly roll a perception check and have a
May I assist or have a look of my own?
Yes, you certainly may.
Perception. Sure.
How'd you go, Sprite? I got 10.
It's a very nice room.
We are great.
You guys are great.
It's really nice.
Bash isn't even gonna try. Bash is just walking like we're going up the stairs, and Bash is like, "Let's go."
Bash, this room's about 40 foot long. As soon as you kind of get about 15 feet away from your companions who are just like looking around the room, all of a sudden the sound door comes back and you hear whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh no.
And so Bash hears that, walks back into the silence, and is like, "It's so much quieter in here," and then mimes alarm sounds at people like this, and then walks back out. So yeah, you don't know what that is necessarily. You're like,
We're like, hi.
"Oh, yeah, hey, everybody."
Like, there are 10, 20, 30, there's 50 orcs out there, like counting. How many times you do this?
So then they realize that this isn't alarms necessarily, more like dancing, and they're like, "Ooh," and so they motion for everybody to like.
Yeah, I mouth at him. It's hardly the time.
I mean, it's always time for dancing, in Bash's opinion. So they don't hold that against you.
They don't. It's fine. All right. Well, I'm guessing we are why that alarm is going off.
I would imagine.
I would hope so. But also, there's
orcs that are attacking.
There's a cornucopia of orcs downstairs.
That is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. A cornucopia of orcs.
I agree.
Cornucopia.
So out of four gestures, like he covers his arm, like the silence is like.
I'm just kind of just.
And so Bash is like motioning them to come forward, and then just will keep going. They're like, "Come on, let's go, come on." Arms waving around their head like this, I guess, because that's what they're gonna do.
I open the window a little bit again, reach out, and just like scratch off the chalk.
And as soon as you do, you too.
Okay, you are either muted or very quiet, DM.
You two hear the.
Yes, we can hear you ish.
Okay.
You're very soft.
I can barely hear you.
This is not good. What is going on? Let me try and eat my mic.
That's better.
There we go.
Oh, are we gonna do that? Okay.
You two hear the sound of the alarms. I'm not too quiet anymore, am I?
No.
Excellent.
Maybe it's the orcs.
It could be, but either way, we should probably move.
Yeah, they're either gonna try to pay attention to us or to the wave of orcs. We'll stay with Cornucopia if we can.
Yeah.
Let's go. We last time we were here was on the top. I'm following Bash, like just they're running and I'm probably just like, and then I come from behind but run a little bit faster than them because monk. And I'm just like, let's go.
Yep, exactly.
Guys, wait a sec. Do we want to sneak through here?
No, there's alarms. What's the point?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, but if you want to do pass without a trace on us and we can still fly, we could just Superman our way up stairs instead of walk. Look, I'm all for a good cardio workout, but also, who wouldn't want to rather just take flights of stairs, like floating up them?
I was like, I agree completely. Just like floats by.
The way the stairs are in the tower, is it one of those kind of staircases where there is like a central thing where we could fly straight up? Or is it like in a castle where you can't do that and you're just stuck going up the steps? You know what I mean?
It's like a castle, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but you can float up around on top of it.
Yeah, you can.
This thing.
How this tower is done is you have the central staircase and then the rooms are divided. Okay. However, the moment you hit the landing and find the little bit of the opening of the stairs, both below and above, you meet a magister and some trainees. I need everyone to roll me some initiative, please.
All right. This is what Bash was assuming. Oh, yeah, you know what? Bash doesn't like going first. Bash likes going last. 6.
18.
A total of 20.
Yeah. Way to go, guys.
Ooh.
I like that.
Connie got an 18. Arafel, what did you get?
Total 20.
Bash got 6.
Of course she remembers that. It was 60, actually. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
Look, how else are you supposed to make that? No, it was 16, I guess, maybe.
Just give me a second, just rolling initiative for this.
87,000 magistrates in their PM.
What is with you and 8? Stop it. There's 3. We're going to be sensible. Don't go up. There's -2. It's just like a boot. Really falling down the step. And it might hit us. Come on.
One of the people has tripped and might actually cause you a little bit of damage by bumping into you, but that's it. I like that.
I got a Charlie horse because that boot hit me right in the thigh. Like that is the peak of danger I want right now.
Oh, my iPad just decided to turn off. Awesome, that's fine.
Fine.
We'll do it manually.
Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably slept.
Nah.
I mean, look, I'm just saying.
What could go wrong with so tired they might low-key be hallucinating half of this sleepiness? It's fine.
I know.
It just makes when you're berserk to go forward.
I agree with you, but I also feel like.
But also.
my paladin wants more spell slots.
Paladins always want more spell slots. That's why you multi-class.
I'm a greedy. I mean, look. If I thought that we were gonna get further in levels, I would multi-class into warlock and then smoke y'all. But
Oh, that's a very good multi-class. Anyway, top of the round. Arafo.
How do they look? Do they look like they're going to attack us? Do they draw weapons?
Well, they're wizards. Their weapons are their hands. Those are definitely free and ready to do
Sorry.
the war. Am I cutting out again?
No, it looks like the stream went offline.
Did it?
That's what it just said on my thing.
I still see it. It's still alive.
No good. Sorry, excuse my phone for lying to me.
Okay. Making me
That's fine.
panic.
Sorry.
thanks, phone. Yeah.
Liar. So, yes, they do. Sorry, you're saying they do look aggressive, yeah?
Yeah, they look surprised to see you.
Mhm.
However, they are wizards. They have their hands. They seemed armed. They don't say anything. They just draw their arms.
Roll up their sleeves. Right.
So what would you like to do?
I would like to try and do... I can't remember, what was the name of the head person?
She's not there. This is a male. But in similar robes.
But were you gonna try an illusion as
No,
them?
'cause I'm right in front of them, so that would be too obvious. I was just gonna try and convince them. I was like, I'll see if a name drop adds validity to my thing. It's
Okay,
like,
so it's Alana.
okay.
Magister Alana.
Yes, it's like I shout out. We have to report to Magister Alana. They're orcs at the doors. They're almost breaking through. Soren's been killed.
Roll me a persuasion check, please.
Okey-doke.
Aid. I wish I could.
5. Sorry, I'm -1.
Wow. Where's our illusionist mastermind who can actually pull this stuff off? Oh, right.
On holiday.
All this time.
They don't look convinced. In fact, he says to you, if that is the case, why did you break in the window? And then he does something funky with his hands.
Is it like, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the doors and stuff? No.
Nah, man, you going full water dragon jutsu over it.
I can't with you people sometimes, you know that.
Sorry.
I'm not sorry.
You know what? Everyone has to now do the wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is Karn's fault. I made one joke, which is acceptable. 2 jokes is too many, okay? Also, everybody who is within 10 feet of me gets to add +4 on their save.
That made the first one on 11. You said disadvantage, so I gotta roll again.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Oh.
With a disadvantage, I got a 13.
With disadvantage, I got an 11.
With disadvantage, I got 25.
Excuse me? What was that? What was that score?
25.
I, in some way, helped you with that, of course. So I will take partial credit.
Thank you to you. Without your +4, a mere 21.
21.
That's right.
Arafo, to your perception, Dash and Khan disappear. Just out of existence.
No.
Bash and Khan, to your perception, it's almost like someone has given you hippie juice, for it's like the tower has stretched and it falls away from you. And suddenly there is nothingness. Until you see a tiny white dot that gets larger and larger and larger, and you realise that you're hurtling towards it at an alarming rate, and you land without really feeling that you've moved at all. You're still in the Mage Tower, but it's quiet. And we will leave you there, wondering what the hell just happened.
Are we together or are we?
You're together.
Oh, okay, so it's the both of us. Okay.
So that was their Archmage's turn. Can't bash.
I'm
Wizards.
an Archmage, everybody. Just Archmages all over the
Wizard's turn.
place.
They cast sleep on you, Arafal. I need you to make me 2 Constitution saving throws. It's a Constitution. I don't actually have it up. Let me double check before you do that, because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But sleep. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures, okay? Roll 5d8. A 23. How many hit points do you have?
I have 30 something, so more than that. 30 on the nose.
Okay, so the first one rolled a 23. The next one rolls a 30. The total is how many hit points a creature this spell can affect. Creatures within 20 feet of this point choose a range, which effect is sent in order. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by this falls unconscious. So you fall unconscious at the second attempt of sleep.
Did the second one get more than 30?
Yeah, it got 30 on the tip. So you're just 30. You got 30, right? That's what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're asleep. You are unconscious. We were going to go back to our other party in the meantime while you wonder what happens. You're in the tower, or what appears to be a tower. I don't know, it's kind of like grey and misty. Like all the colour has been sucked out of it.
And so Bash looks around and grabs the sword and is like, okay, sword, where are we? And taps the sword against the wall and is like, it's where this isn't where we're supposed to be.
The sword scoffs at your ignorance and lack of intelligence, of course, and informs you that you have been sent to a different plane.
Can you cut us a hole back into the plane we're supposed to be in? Or Bash is like, I can't planes jump. I don't know what we're supposed to do to get back. And so turns to Khan and is like, okay, the sword says that we're lost in another plane. How do you escape?
What do we do with that?
Yeah, how do we escape a different plane?
You find the point of origin and break it.
And Bash stabs the air where the mage was. Is like, ah!
No, stop. They just put their hand on Bash, please. Stop.
We would travel the time. I had enough trouble figuring that out. Now we're back in time and some sort of plane shift.
We gotta not stand here like you're doing that. And I'm like pulling you by your robes. Like we can't just stand here. We gotta go.
And I think Bash is having like a legitimate breakdown about being like displaced not only in time but also in plane. And like you're like, okay, we gotta go somewhere else. And I'm like, why is it so hard to be alive? I don't understand. I just want to go finish.
I'm like the worst DM in the world.
Like, and they're not trying to stop Bash from having this moment from like letting out all of these emotions. We're in a place where like really no one else is going to be able to witness this. So they're like gonna let you have this, but also like softly, just sort of like gently like guide you.
I think Bash is like temper tantruming the whole way, and you're like, okay, come to, and they're following you. They're just like hitting the sword against the wall and like banging it against the ground, and the sword's getting angry and like, don't treat me like some useless tool, fool. And they're like, I don't, shut up. I just.
Yeah. They're like trying to respect Bash by like not just staring at.
I mean, in our lives, every once in a while, we hang out with people that we respect, and they have a total and utter meltdown, and you're like, oh, okay.
How they just don't know how they help. They're just like, I'm just gonna try to fix this. You relax. That's you relaxing in their brain. You let you have this. I'm gonna be the mama now.
Right, exactly. Perfect.
I got you. I got you.
So, Mom, where do we go?
All right. Well, I don't know, man. Hold on. Mommy's thinking.
While Mummy's thinking, we're gonna go back to the Rage Tower. Arafor, I need you to do me two. You needed that rest, as Bash was saying.
Is it now? Nap time.
I need you to do me two things. First, roll me a D100.
33.
Okay. Now roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Is it against magic?
It is.
Yay. That is a total of 20.
Okay. Despite that high roll, the DC did increase.
Mm-hmm.
Arafor, curled up in the fetal position, has appeared in your ghostly tower, having a right snooze. Seems to be covered lightly in sand, for that is one of the spell components of sleep.
La, 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 la.
The party is together.
Yeah, Bash is still like having a meltdown. So like, Karn, Bash is like hitting things and just like weeping outwardly, like the most emotion that has ever been shown on this Dragonborn's face, other than like anger. And then, pop, Arafor like shows up right behind us and is just like asleep. So, Mom, it's your time to make decisions.
First thing, do we notice that actually happens? Because Karn is walking in front of Bash to give them their moment, and Bash is too, to probably. Does Bash notice that they're back there?
So you're in the little foyer
Yeah.
bit, and you're climbing up the stairs, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me perception checks. Actually, no, roll me intelligence checks. Just straight intelligence.
Sure. That sounds like something I totally can do. And just go to my int.
Bash, obviously this is optional for you because you're having a crisis.
Three.
I think because I rolled with disadvantage because I wanted to
Fail.
yeah, exactly. But I got a 19 on both. So
Oh.
20 on both. I rolled twice and I was like, okay, 20 is too high. Give me that low number. And it came out 20 again. So I feel like
It's destiny.
some sort of weird instinct or like, a flail. And they like look around and they see
Yeah.
like Aeroforce sleeping.
So
And
what is actually happening? You're walking up the stairs, and Khan is just marching up. You go past one landing, and you go past another landing, and you go past 3 landing, and Bash, you're like throwing a strap. And you go up one landing, and Arafor is there, and then as you come up the second one, you throw another strap. You realise that he's still there on the next landing up. Meanwhile, Khan is just going. And not before long, you stop, you look at Arafor. Khan appears behind you. You are now behind Bash.
And so Bash like pokes Aerofor with the sword.
You can wake someone with a touch, a shake, or shouting at them while using
Also-
your action. Yeah.
Also pokes them with the sword. And, like, oh, you're real. Okay. And then Karn like walks up behind him and is like, oh, this. And so like the immediacy of like all these feelings sort of suck themselves back up into Bash's face. It's like, ugh. This landing.
Chance of meatballs. Get back in there, Tyr.
Exactly. Yep. And so it's like, this landing seems to be the only place that exists here because you just came from up, but now you're below, which means it's just here repeating. And then it looks at Aerofor and is like, now that you're here, maybe you can figure out where we are. We're in some sort of plan.
Well, first things first. Who wakes someone with a sword? What are you doing?
I mean, you wake them with the sword when you think they might be a demon in disguise, and you feel sad about life. Okay, it's just
I got a hole in my shirt.
you had plenty of holes in your shirt. Running through bramble patches doesn't leave holes, out of your clothing. That's all I'm saying.
We need
Karn is
to
gonna pick up Aerofor.
we need to loop around. Hang on. We need to loop around once more so I can fix my shirt.
No, it's fine. We're fine. You're fine. But also, like, they're like squeezing way too hard. What was that? You left me.
What? I did not. I stayed up there. You left me.
I didn't
Where-
leave you.
This is another place. I stayed where we were.
It's not really. Neither of you chose to leave, so I feel like you can equally blame that mage that cast whatever godforsaken spell impacted us. How do we get out of here?
What's on the landing that Aerofor was on that we've stopped?
So you see the door to the room, and you see one other door that's closed.
Throw Aerofor in it. I'm not.
All
Above,
right, see, learning from Bash very quickly. Chuck something at it, it'll see. If it's a person, that's fine.
does anyone here speak Elven?
Getting abused.
I speak Sylvan, not Elven.
Yeah, okay, it's Sylvan. Sylvan, it's Sylvan.
Ooh,
I just like how that sounds. It's Sylvan. It
I
says
love Sylvan too.
it says bravery in Sylvan.
In front, like on the door. Okay, so Bash like looks at the door and looks at Aerofor and is like, "I'm a little bit rusty, but that says bravery, correct?"
Yes.
Okay, because it's confusing because sometimes it can be stupidity, bravery, or kind of like interchange. And she runs at the door, and it's just
I was
like,
about to say, like, as you're doing it, like, wait, it's also called what?
Yeah.
No, it means reckless. Oh.
Just all of us were just like, yeah.
and so yeah, I mean, Bash is
President Barris is like, I feel like my friends are being idiots. So I can feel it.
It's like, I am the illusion god, and Bash is just like, let me hit this door really quick.
Punk.
Bash, you burst through this door. It wasn't locked or anything. In fact, it's a little bit flimsy. And you're in a large room. And suddenly a trapdoor opens. And dangling, bound in chains, is a very large beholder.
Oh my god. All right.
Most of its eye stalks have been removed. Except one. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Remember, everyone, if you're if you're very intelligent and right next to me, please use +4 to that.
Street smarts. Wisdom's more like street smarts rather than
Yeah.
straight up intelligence.
I got a 20.
For a moment, you feel fear creep up the back of your neck, but you subside it. The rest of you go into the room?
Did we see
Yes, and
Bash
yours.
go in and stop like this?
Yeah, you do.
Well, then, yeah, because something's happening, and I gotta back up my friend.
Right. I'm like, trying to peek around. What is it? What is it?
I'm like holding air for it. He doesn't have a choice.
He threw me.
Oh, no, I didn't
Cast-
actually throw you.
Cast me aside.
Bash! Just... Never! Never!
All right. So the siblings show up behind me, and must also roll wisdom saving.
Yes, they must also roll wisdom saving throws if they are looking at this beholder.
It's more like a buh. All the hole diggers are gone. Wisdom save. Wisdom save.
22.
Yeah, +0 to wisdom, y'all.
+4.
+4. Oh, jeez.
26.
I don't even want to touch it. I just want you to see. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's a net 20.
It says it's 20.
I just want you to see that I just rolled a net 20.
Once again, you feel all the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Fear tries to take hold of you, but it subsides. This beholder, bound by chains, floats. It opens its great blood-stained eye, opens its maw to you, but can't get at you.
I mean, Bash is gonna go up to it and like take the sword in both of their hands and say,
You just feel an arm on you. It's like, don't, what is that?
and then Bash like, let's go. It's a creature being bound here for some nefarious reason. It needs freedom, and like we'll try and jam the sword into the soft palate of its mouth while whispering something like, be free. But
as soon as you
try and
put
attack me again.
the sword in its mouth, it disappears.
The sword or the beholder? Wait,
The beholder.
if the sword disappears, Bash freaks out because they're blind. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Like Bash is like, I can't actually see now.
No, the beholder disappears.
Okay, all right.
I just
So
turned
Bash
around.
is like,
And
You-
behind, another door appears.
This one at least say pizza.
yeah, does it say nap on it or?
No, it says cunning.
Are they gonna all be in Sylvan then at this point?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that how do you know you don't understand? All right.
Arafor creeps forward.
Yeah. Bash says, okay, that either says cunning or
Those are M's.
yeah. Hold on. I want to take a course in this in Sylvan again when we get back because I don't like not knowing. Okay. And so Bash like steps behind Arafor and is like, Okay, there you go. You and Diveris can go in here. You're the brains.
And as I turn around and I say, "We've got this," and I put my hand on his on her breastplate and give her a blessing of the trickster.
Ooh.
Okay.
Do we open the door?
No,
Yeah, no, I
you
will.
give it
I
to
will.
me. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah, to Bash. Yeah.
Okay.
And
what?
I crack the door and sneakily peek through.
You see a smaller room. On the far side, a locked metal door.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, in front of it, 2 pressure plates.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Blessing of the Trickster actually give me so that I...
It was advantage on stealth, but I don't think we need it.
Okay. All right. Advantage on stuff. Cool. So, like, Bash is the quietest you've ever heard them. Usually all their chain is like, and then they're like, okay, here I go. And they're saying this out loud because they're not good at stealth because they don't understand it. They're like, I am the night. I am quiet. I am somebody who's good at breaking into windows and not setting off alarms right away. That's me. And just
Not
like
right now.
just like sliding their feet on the ground and then gets up to, like 10 feet away from the pressure plates and says, okay, if I see obvious pressure plates, that means that they're not real, right? And it's like looking at Arafor. It's like, if it says cunning, it means I have to think 2 steps ahead at least.
There was an illusion in the other room. There might be an illusion in this room.
But do you think if I press the pressure plates, because you're not supposed to do that, that's what you're supposed to do? As they reach both of their hands down to like touch both of the pressure plates, they're not doing it yet. I'm just saying that's like, maybe they want us to press them.
But maybe they want you to think that.
Oh.
That's why. Stop.
Damn these riddles. I hate them. They're so how many steps do I have to think ahead of my opponents? Like playing dragon chess. That game is impossible.
It actually is. I read the rules.
Yeah, I know. That was yeah, exactly.
Is there
Okay,
anything,
Karn.
can I investigate the pressure plates, see if I can see anything strange about them?
Okay, you certainly can.
Isn't Karn a shadow monk or whatever? Aren't you like sneaky and like suspicious of everybody? Why don't you come in here and...
That's why I blessed you. Uh-huh.
Because I didn't want to take... You guys are doing a thing. I didn't want to take over the thing.
Are you kidding me? Bash is going to do a handstand on pressure plates in a room called Cunning. I feel like you should probably think of something better to do.
I got 17 on investigation.
So these pressure plates are not magical, but they are linked up to a mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
They're both linked up to the same mechanism, so you can tell by peering into the little gap between the floor and the plate.
Okay.
Do you relay that?
Yeah, I think these are linked to the same thing with the door there, so I think maybe they have to be pushed at the same time.
How long does Karn give Bash? Because immediately they have to be pressed at the same time. Immediately Bash is going to actually do like a handstand on them. But I want to give Karn enough time to react to this if they want. If they don't want, then I'm going to do a handstand.
I'm gonna.
5,
Cards
4.
they're the one who taught you how to do a handstand, so they know your thing when you're getting ready to do it.
Yep.
The second time, this card is just like.
Okay. And so as Bash is like leaning over, you're like, no, don't do it. Okay. So Bash is like, what? Air Force said press them at the same time. I feel like equal distribution of weight, and then do a flip at the door, right? Cunning.
You can
Ah.
just push it. It's fine. Just push it. Because what if it opens and you don't know where it leads to, and you right out the door?
Into freedom. Okay, so Bash then, instead of doing the handstand, will like do a little hop and try and hit both of them with their feet at the same time.
Then jump instead of hopping.
It's just a little hop. Just a
You'd
little
so tell you're a
bunny
teacher.
bounce.
The difference between a hop and a jump.
Jumping is going a vertical. Hopping is going.
Is okay.
No? Am I wrong?
It doesn't.
Okay.
No, you're not. It's like when bunnies hop, they hop forward.
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah.
Just to hit both.
I got you, Bash.
You attempt to hit the pressure plates at the same time with
Yes.
hop or jump. It doesn't matter.
I'll do a fucking barrel roll if it means goddamn room. Look, I will
as
roll.
you do,
Yeah.
the door swings open, and there is yet another room with one pressure plate and another locked door.
Bash, stay there.
Yeah, keep those. Yeah, exactly. Stay
So
on those.
don't jump. Pop toward.
No.
Okay.
Do not lift yourself in a vertical or horizontal or diagonal fashion upward.
Okay.
Just
What
stay
does
there.
what does the door say?
Door doesn't say anything. It's just another locked.
Oh, okay. So, cunning or cowardice still applies to this room. Okay.
I would like to get my dagger and put it against the frame of the open door between the two rooms with the hilt, so that if the door tries to swing closed, it will go up against the hilt.
Okay, quite clever.
So Bash is like, do you want me to stay on these pressure plates then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because Bash is immediately going to leave and not think about it. They're like, a new door, let's do it. Yeah. All right. Bash stays
I'm mom right now.
Yeah, exactly. It had to happen in
You
one
listen.
episode, okay?
You listen to my sister, Mom.
Yeah, mom.
right.
Mom, I'm mom.
So Bash stays there and is like nervously trying to like balance their weight on the pressure plates. Like, oh, okay, does it matter if I'm a little bit off on one foot? One leg is longer than the other one, so that kind of makes me want to stand this way, but it's fine.
It's working. Not time for experimentation.
Great.
But science.
Stop that. Karn is gonna go into the next room, like pop their head in first to see if there's anything in here.
No, there are no beholders in here.
Arifo's
All right.
urge to tickle Bash is quite overwhelming.
I have a whip. I will use it. Karn is gonna go in and there's no things, the door, and just like they're gonna take their whip and they're gonna not like attack, but they're gonna kind of do like this so that it lands in front of Arafor and just go, I just need to know you're there, buddy. Okay. And then press the plate.
The second door opens.
There's another one, isn't there?
So Bash, we'll see you later.
Look, do you know the exact weight we would need, because we could leave something on these pressure plates? Look, I've seen.
Yeah, right.
Don't read my mind. It's weird. I'm going to.
Good thing I picked up all those extraneous 30-pound rocks from the beach the other day and put them in the bag of holding. Am I right, guys?
We had a beach
Actually, we have the bag of holding. I have been putting random crap in this bag of holding, like since we got it.
No, it's fine. Just go into the next room and see if. Okay, so Karn stays on that plate. Airfloor, go into the next room. See if we actually need to like put things on these plates.
Okay.
Or because we can also use. How much does Diveris weigh? I feel like if we give him. I feel like if we take Diveris and put him and give him like 20 pounds, he might weigh enough to keep one of these pressure plates.
Why are we so adamant about it being a 30-pound weight?
I don't know, because it's an arbitrary number. Look, Bash works in mysterious ways. Okay, all right.
Carry
All
on.
right, Air 4, go.
I go and peek through the other door, the next door.
In the next room, there is a door waiting to be opened. Above it, it says righteousness.
Don't let Diveris into that room.
You beat me to it, though.
All right, I'm sorry.
Like I'm thinking it, and then immediately it's coming out of your mouth.
I apologize. I will.
Don't at all. It's amazing.
I need a drink.
Me too. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. Let's get.
For Americans, like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's fine. It's 5 here in the UK, and we're playing in UK time, so.
Right. It's 5 p.m. somewhere. Let's get.
And that somewhere is the UK. Well, okay, so it says righteousness, but.
So
But
this
Carn's
is
in the other room. Air 4 and Diveris.
This way.
There's no more pressure plates, though?
There's no more pressure plates.
Nope. New room.
I do have things in this case. Can I see what, oh, wait. I'm going to follow the example of my bro and take one of,
Bash is
Hey,
still.
right, dagger. No, like throw one at me. Not like at me, but
You are monk.
throw one to me so I can put it in the door.
Or Air 4 can just do it.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's no pressure plate, Bash. We just established that. That's why I was saying it that way.
Well, I mean, Bash is legitimately won't move off these pressure plates until somebody says, you can come forward now. So Bash is still like waiting, like, okay. And in their brain, they're thinking, what if I'm stuck here forever?
You're not stuck here forever. Bash, move off the plates. We got to see if this works.
Okay. And so Bash jumps forward.
Just step off.
And nope. Hop, jump forward off of the pressure plates at the same time.
As soon as you do, all the doors go to swing close.
And so they hop back. Jump
Wait,
back.
let him finish.
Wait. Khan, you're still on the pressure plate, aren't you?
Yes.
You take 20 points of lightning damage.
Awesome.
Okay, so seeing Karn get like zapped, Bash jumps back onto the plates.
What did you touch?
Bash, you
Yes.
two take 20 points of lightning damage.
It's cool. Is it a spell?
No.
Okay. Just, for reasons. Whatever. I got off the plate because I thought that was what we were doing. I was wrong. Sorry. Oh.
You hear a thumping on the door, Karn, from my end. Guys!
The doors are still open, right?
No, they've
closed, right?
closed.
Yeah,
They've all
closed.
Even with the daggers in the thing?
Yeah,
Oh, no, because I was
Well,
holding that.
yeah, one
Yeah,
is there. So
it
one
was-
is jammed,
Hmm.
but the other one has closed. Because I didn't hear you say, yes, I put the dagger in the other place.
Oh, the
'cause-
dagger there. We
Yeah.
didn't actually do the action. I understand.
No,
So that
you
means,
just
yeah, the
spoke
door
about
between
it.
me and Air Force is closed, but the door between Bash and me is open still.
It's a
Yes.
jar.
Or jammed.
You're right. But
So
if I'm on the
can-
pressure plates again, does this not do anything?
Like, does it stop when they're like, ugh, and get back on it?
Khan, are you still on your pressure plate?
Yes, my crumpled body is still on my pressure plate.
Then the doors
That-
doors do not open, but you don't get shocked again.
All right. I also, Karn is just a crumpled body on this pressure plate.
Are you unconscious?
You what? 20 HP though.
Yeah.
18.
You had 18 HP. What? Oh my. Okay. Well, that
Right,
changes
Khan.
everything.
Khan,
Okay.
what's happening? Khan.
So Bash like.
Why? Why are you a
Oh,
monk with 18 HP?
I'm a glass cannon. That is
at-
literally the thing with monks. Glass
No.
cannon.
No,
No,
I was
no.
a level 10 monk and I had like 60 HP. How did that
Wait,
happen?
Were
wait,
you
stop. A level what? What level am I
10.
supposed to be?
No, you're not
7?
10. You're 7. You're level 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
wait.
is your HP
Oh, I'm sorry.
18?
I was when I first was building them. When you go to level up on the thing I'm using, it keeps your old levels. I picked the level 5 card. Hold on.
Also, at level
And with that,
5, there's
ladies
no
and
way you can have
gentlemen,
18 HP. That's incredible.
that's impossible.
Level 5. I have like 18. Hold
No,
on.
Okay, guys.
I had
we're gonna,
50 HP. I
we're
Oh,
gonna,
that's so much better. I'm fine.
oh
and
my god.
It just jumped. I swear, no, look, it just jumped from like 18 to like 45 at level 6.
Oh,
There we go.
And
Yeah.
with that, we're going to take a quick break because I need a drink.
I thought you were gonna fucking die.
So don't go anywhere anyway.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It didn't even leave a scratch on me.
Oh my. Oh man, Feywilds are awesome.
Yeah, they are, and we're back. Welcome to the Greyhawk channel. You're watching Shadow of Vecna. Or should I say Shenanigans of Vecna? I sent out a tweet a moment ago saying, if you don't make your DM walk off and make a drink immediately, are you even playing D&D?
Are you though?
Are you though? And as you can see, I've put my glasses on all the better to see my players do this to
You
me.
look down at
Yeah.
now then. Oh, God.
I know, it's powerful, isn't it? So yes, I put my glasses on now because I mean business. But the shenanigans will continue, I'm sure. As we are in the room of not righteousness, cunning, and we are... Karn is now brought to you at level 7, so she's not unconscious. Seriously, it's been a mood. But all the doors are either ajar or closed. And while you have gone back to your plates in a particular order, the doors are still closed.
Okay, so a giant eye appears in front of Bash, and then another one, and one of them winks at her, and she says, "Card, I've stepped back on my plates. Get off your plates, and then step on yours again. If you can handle taking that electric damage, which evidently almost knocked you unconscious and you died."
It's fine. I sneezed at the same time as I got shocked, and it just kind of short-circuited me. I'm good.
Right. I understand you sneeze and then you're like back aligns and you're like, oh, spine, ow. Yep, okay, it's cool.
You just hear a muffled voice on the other side. What?
Don't worry about it. Just my hair's gonna be puffier when you see me. It's fine.
So what I would like to do is get off the plates, wait for Karn to get off.
Just count. Can't we get off at the same time?
Yeah, remember,
And then I'll
you're
get.
a jar so you can talk.
Yeah, I know. This is what I'm saying. Like, Karn, we have to step on the plates in order, I think, because that's using your brain, which it's very difficult for me.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. So Karn, please get off of your plate. And so when Karn gets off the plate, Bash gets off her plates, and then we'll step on hers, and then indicate to Karn to step on theirs, if they wouldn't mind.
Which they do, gingerly, like testing it and then going, eh.
No, I mean, I fully expect to take another 20 points of damage.
So who gets off the plates first?
The order we said was that
I'll get off mine first.
Okay.
And then Karn gets off theirs. And then I'll get on mine. And then, yeah.
That's what you did last time.
Okay.
Wait, no, I get what you mean. I get off the plates first.
I should go first. Yeah.
Okay, Karn gets off the plate first, then Bash gets off the plate, then Bash gets back on the plate, then Karn gets back on the plate, and the doors open.
Yay!
But
Hi.
reverse order means that it anyway. All right.
Don't think about it, Bash.
Yeah, Bash is like, but then it would be that I hop and then jump.
Did the dagger stop the door?
It jammed one of them.
It was
Okay,
a jar.
Does someone have another one? I'll stick it in this door too.
Oh, thank you.
And Bash like picks up the sword and is like, and like looks at it when you say, "Does anybody have something to jam into a door and wedge it?" And like,
It says, "Don't you dare!"
yeah, exactly.
The sword does.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're all staring at the righteousness door.
So
Okay.
So, Adolfo, in the room that you were locked in, even though you were quite panicked,
Mm-hmm.
there are a bunch of jars.
Ooh.
Which you
What's
only really
inside?
notice once the door opens, and you are
Yes.
less panicked.
Yes. Bit more focused. So what do I see in them?
So the jars are all weighed down with sand.
Okay.
Three of them are blue. 3 of them are red. And 3 of them are green.
Okay.
There are 9 in total.
Anything else in the room? Apart from the door?
The door and the jars, that's it.
Okay.
I'd like to look up.
What?
Are we all in the room?
No, you're on the
This was
pressure
the wind.
plate.
Oh,
Bash is on the pressure plate. Diveris and Arathar. He just put his pipe in his mouth. Are in the room with the jars. Which
Okay,
is the
sorry.
room with righteousness.
A large
I was
part of me
listening.
wants to hear the DM's Diverse impression. After we had Buns' impression of me last time.
So you hear Bash from the other. If the doors are sort of jammed, can we get off the pressure plates, or should we stand here still?
What if it worked last time?
Okay, so
sure. Yeah, but remember the order.
Bash immediately has forgotten the order.
Ah,
Yelled it at them. They're like, so I get off first.
no.
No. Okay.
Then Karn's gonna get off the plate.
The door, Arathar, closes where you are.
But is it? It's jammed.
It is jammed.
So can Karn please? So Bash is like standing there, and she's like, okay, Karn, can you actually get through that jammed door?
Can I?
It is only ajar. It is not held open.
I feel like we have different definitions of a jar. That's closed.
Like-
Yeah, okay, so can I push it?
Yeah, get your hands in.
Roll me a strength check. Sorry, I have a cat here that keeps tapping me on my shoulder. What do you want?
We have pets. Pets. Ooh, is it strength check?
Ooh, yes.
17. 15 plus 2.
The door does not budge.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be really heavy because that's the whole point of the trap. Okay.
Is there room for me to pass the jars through?
No, they're big jars. They're as big as you.
Oh.
Right. So Bash is like, get back on your plate, Karn, please.
You get on your first, please.
I didn't
Yeah.
get off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, does that count?
Who knew that the room of cunning was going to be the room that slowed you down?
Everybody in this call, because Mike isn't here, and he's the only person that I know that is like, let me think about this, versus me, who's like, punch it, kick
What?
it. What is it? Let's just get
What?
out of here.
What do you want?
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna get back on my pressure plate.
Okay. Door opens.
Or open. Well, okay, so, yeah, wait. I'd like to look up.
There is a ceiling.
Is there anything on the ceiling? Maybe a corresponding color of some sort? Wink, wink, wink. Is there?
Yes. Your room is green.
Ha-ha!
Well, that Bash has no idea why you just went, yes!
Bash, what color is your ceiling?
The
Look
room,
up.
and they look up and they're like, what color is this?
Half of it
Oh, no,
is-
wait, are lizards colorblind?
No, it's half and half.
It's half blue on the left, and
Okay.
on the right it's red.
I have blue and red, left and right.
Okay, so we need to get these jars through diverse.
Yeah, Diveris, carry some of these jars. Diveris, I need a blue and a red jar. Stat.
How did we end up with the one who's got most averse to any physical and the weakest?
It's hard to be lifting the heavy thing.
I just want to see him try and lift 2 of the jars at once. That's all. Come on,
Oh,
Diveris.
Diverse is back. Oh no.
Snack. No.
Mike, we didn't mean to do this.
I mean, I did. I intentionally want Bash to yell at Diveris to carry them. Diveris.
Diveris refuses.
Aw, but the cat. Hi, cat. How are you? Diveris, your voice is so soothing to me.
So soothing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so
No, don't knock my water over.
Diveris refuses, and so Bash is like, Arafor, either get Diveris to do it or bring the jars to me, please. I hate this room, and I hate red and blue combined together. That's a terrible color combination. Ugh.
I try one. Does it?
Your strength check.
Oh god.
I swear. If you can't lift this, Bash is gonna make Diveris stand on these, and I hope the pressure plates don't just like not go down.
Do you know what my strength stat is?
No, I don't. I don't remember.
8, isn't it?
What?
It's 8, isn't it?
No, it's 5.
Holy crap!
-3.
Ah! Is it a negative number? Did you roll negative?
No, it's a natural 20.
But still, is a 17 high enough to carry one of these jars? That's the question.
Natural 20s overall. What's his name? Arafor, you two are getting really fed up of being in this bloody room. With a strength you did not know you had. Not only do you pick up 1 jar, you pick up 2. You're practically carrying 2 of you in each arm. And you bring a red and blue one successfully to Bash.
As I bring them through, I will do a minor illusion that makes it look like lightning's coming up Bash's legs again.
Wait a minute. Okay, you got me, but I'm not getting off these plates. Not until we get these stupid jars of, and so Bash is gonna
So I
appropriately blue.
I have the jar in one hand, Bash in the other. I'm like Indiana Jones. I'm like.
So yeah, the blue on the left and the red on the right, and so
God,
Bash.
are you standing on your plate?
Oh God.
No, I did not. I got off of my plates because we know the order to get off the plates.
Okay, never mind.
The plates are big enough for him to have his foot on, and we can put the jar on as well.
Yes, but here's the thing. If Khan gets off her plate, the door to the room with the jars closes. If Bash gets...
I'm sorry.
If Bash gets off her plates, the room between Khan and Bash closes. So you have to go all the way in with the jars.
Mm-hmm.
Khan has to get off. The door closes, leaving Diveris looking at a jar.
Yeah.
Supervisor.
Just carry 1 jar, my man.
And then you put the pressure jars on.
Yep.
Doors open. Khan, do you get back on your plate?
You get the next one. I said to Bash.
And Bash is like, fine, yes, get. So it's like, get back on your plate, Card.
It's the door's open.
The jars are in the room with Bash. Right?
We've just opened the door between us, and Bash is walking in, telling you to get back on the plate.
Okay, yeah, because that's in there. Okay. So now I'm gonna get on my. Wait, no. Why am I getting back on my plate? Why can't Eric get on the plates? Because I'm stronger than him.
Bash
Either
can
way,
get
it doesn't matter. I'm just
Someone
kidding.
gets on the plate.
Just look, somebody gets on the plate, I get the jar, I put the jar on the plate, and then we
Right.
move on from this ridiculous game.
Out of curiosity, I do want to see if I'm actually heavy enough to trigger the plate.
Okay, fine. And also, we should probably, if we're gonna do that, Diveris needs to come in here and stand on it too, so we know if Mike can actually like trigger the plate. Hey, Diveris, you weigh 37 pounds wet.
You're so heavy.
All right. Does
You're
Air4
dense. You're dense.
trigger
A
the
natural
plate?
20 on their dump stat is going to be happy as anything.
Is Air4 heavy enough?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Cool. Air4
must have
stands
been-
as
All that food I had the other day.
Bash picks up one of the green sand thingamajiggers.
Someone said vodka.
Vodka. Takes the green jar, puts the green jar where Air4 is.
The door opens where the room with the
Oh.
jars is, and guess what? So does the last door that says righteousness.
Does it? Oh, good. I'm glad, because I thought Air4 was going to have to, like, step into a room that didn't have a floor, and then we're going to have to throw sand to figure out if it was, like, a pathway.
Don't give them ideas.
Sprite. I was going to suggest that Bash go through the door with righteousness first, but some of those lessons she's been teaching.
Bash hears this and walks through the door that says righteousness.
And that's exactly why it's gonna work.
You walk into the next room. There's a nice velvet gold trim curtain. There's a beaded curtain after that. You walk into a room that's lined with tables filled with many different kinds of treasures.
Is there a cup that looks like a carpenter would have drank out of it?
No,
Okay.
there is not.
Sorry.
It is not that kind of puzzle.
Okay.
There
Just
is.
Adapor is already at the height of the penitent man.
Okay. Sorry. Anyway. The room says righteousness, right? It's either righteousness or uptight. I can't. It's hard for me to read the script. Okay.
Put the sunglasses back on.
There are gargoyle statues all around the room.
Hmm.
And there's a sign.
What does the sign say?
The sign says that all property contained within this room is expressly the sole right of the Magisters. And taking anything that isn't clearly remarked as a reward is stealing. And then as you look around, everything in this room is marked reward.
Have to take something to leave?
Wait. Can I read it one more time, please?
You may.
What does it say?
It says, all property contained within this room is the express sole right of the Magisters, and taking anything that isn't clearly marked as a reward is stealing.
We have to take off our things or mark them as a reward, or we won't be able to leave the room. It's not clearly marked. Our things are sole property of the Magisters.
And so Bash like looks down at the sword and is like,
Sprite, you always have these good ideas.
"Who wants to etch reward into the side of Costas?"
Wait, give me some thread so I can stitch reward into the inside of all of our underwear.
Perfect. I mean,
I think I've seen that pair of underwear before.
yeah, it's just not
But-
on the back. Well, I mean, it could anyway. But
Oh, I have a very weird idea.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
When you have a bag of holding, you know where the things are. You can take them out. It's not like the bag of 100 things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have to think about it and take it out.
Just think about taking it out. Okay, well, if we pull up our things into the bag of holding and then we mark the bag reward and we go through it with the bag, we have all our things.
All right. So yeah, and
But
so
it does mean for like 3 minutes we're all going to be naked.
Yeah, Batch starts taking off all of their clothes because that's obviously what's going to happen. And so
I know.
they're like nude, jamming things into the bag of holding and be like, "Do you have thread so you can mark reward on this bag?" And as they stand there, and the sword of Costa's like, "You better not put me in this fucking bag." And then
You gotta go in the bag.
and so she puts it in the bag and she's like, "Okay, somebody's gonna have to lead me because I can't actually see now because she is blind because the sword of Costa is 10 feet away from her."
The items that are around, is it just treasure?
I mean, yes, the various different types of treasure, like statues, like you know that phoenix statue you have. There's also one of a tiger, a phoenix, and a turtle that match. There are coins. There's jewelry. There's other beautiful statues. There is an entire chess set made of crystal.
Wow.
I now want to put all of my clothes back on and touch each of those statues to see if we get into an epic boss battle with everything. But I won't do that. That's fine.
I just feel like we've surprised the DM with what's going on right now.
Look, Bash is naked and blind, sitting on the floor waiting for you to lead them through where you need to go. So stitch the bag. I can't do it. And let's go.
Stitch the bag, or how are the things marked reward? Is like a sticky note, just
Yes.
say reward.
It's like it's a beautiful little card that says reward in beautiful golden calligraphy.
So you just move.
Take one of the things of reward and just kind of like hang it so that the bag has reward on it. I don't have time to stitch things.
Man, I didn't know how you were going to do it. I'm glad that was specified. So Bash is sitting cross-legged on the ground, waiting.
Bash hears ominous whispers in his ear from the opposite side from where Arafor is. It's like, why are you blind? I think I'm missing something here. What's the matter?
I'm blind because this sword, not only did it suck 30 years of my life away from me, but if I don't have it within 10 feet of me, I am blind.
That sucks.
Why do you think I don't like the sword very much?
Oh, I missed that
I mean,
bit.
it has a terrible attitude, but it also stole 30 years of my life, and now I'm blind if I don't hang out with it forever. Which luckily is 30 years less because I'm fucking old now.
I saw you got a bit crusty, but I missed the eyesight bit. Ugh.
I'm always a little bit crusty, and I'm getting even more crusty if we don't get out of this goddamn room.
That's why I'm pretending to whisper from the other side of you so you don't punch me.
I can't see you. I'm not going to punch you. Just get naked and let's leave.
As
What if
you
I
get
only-
naked, as you get naked, as you put the things in the bag, as you take one of the cards that say reward and put it on the bag, a final door appears.
My underwear has a big raccoon on the back.
Underwear? You're wearing underwear? Why are you? You know that's going to disappear. That door's not going to show up.
No, as I remove it,
Oh, I see. Okay. Karn sees. I don't.
You don't know anything.
There is a naked Khan, a naked Bash, a naked Arafor, and a naked Diveris.
Thank you for reminding me that the bears had to get naked. Oh,
Right.
I forgot, and then Bunny's reaction was even better.
Can I minor illusion blinkers?
You totally can if you need me. It's like that episode where Marge paints Mr. Burns.
Oh my
That's
God.
the new gift for when I'm not here.
Anyway.
But as we go through the room,
somebody please lead me because I.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you.
As you leave the room, the final door.
I take note of everything that's around in case this is the vault.
You see a giant dragon.
It's a fucking huge ass dragon, and you're all naked. Good job, everybody. You fucked yourself.
That's what you get for pissing me off. I don't know.
You fuck around too long, and the dragon shows up. All right. Anyway,
You enter back where you left on the second floor of the Mage Tower.
Naked.
Naked.
Are there?
They are gone.
Okay, good. I was like, please don't send us back there when I'm naked. All right.
There is sounds of magical and general combat and the signs of people being gutted and dying below you. The alarm is no longer sounding.
Okay. To be clear, the last thing Bash gets out of the bag is the sword, so that they don't have to see anybody naked while they're putting things on, but everybody has to see them. It's unfair, but it's how it's gonna work.
You know, Sprite, this is kind of liberating, and it Arafor just does a couple of laps at the landing. It's like,
What's going on? He's like, Chasey's trying to put your shirt on. No, this is bad enough.
And there's just weird
like a toddler.
skin slapping sounds. Yeah, all right.
It was me with my
Just Karn punching him. Wait up in your pants.
Okay.
That was me with my 3-year-old this morning. I was like, come here.
Trying to put your pants on, kick me in the face. Ah, god damn.
Put down the pterodactyl.
Bash has their clothes on, reaches for the sword, slams the sword onto the ground, and is like, let's go. And then just waits to make sure everybody is actually put clothes on. Unless they don't want to. If Air Force 3 and doesn't want any clothes, that's fine.
Karn just looks at you with his face and puts his other boot on. We're leaving. He just picks you up and puts you down. Go. We're going. Actually, are we able to do Pass Without a Trace again? Or I'm just, can you make us just quiet?
Yep.
You gonna start checking for traps and alarms now?
Yeah, like we actually know what we're doing. Yeah.
Oh, you guys can, I guess.
Bash is at the back of the line.
Fine.
Cannot push forward right now.
And Karn's like, okay, Bash, you take up the vanguard. And Bash is like, fine.
You can protect us from any of those big nasty orcs that get up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Go ahead. So you can actually check for traps, because, yeah, no. Bash doesn't learn lessons. You just keep going, bullheaded, and then eventually you end up where you want to, right? Isn't that how?
I love you, Bash. Please. I love you so much. Would it be, I don't actually have like sense trap or anything. Would it just be perception?
Investigation.
Investigation.
In my experience, is Karn better at finding things than me, or similar?
Specific things, like, I don't know. I think you're better at tracking.
Who has the higher
More than a
intelligence?
+4?
I took one proficiency and it was not in that.
So Airfor goes first, is what's happening.
Yep.
And Karn follows them and points things out a little bit later than Airfor has already noticed. What about that, though? And Airfor's like, no, I already saw it. It's fine. What? Yeah, but look. Nope.
If he makes the roll, because we still have to roll it.
You know how I roll when I'm confident about it.
Yeah, is this one of those I get 2 dice and pick the best one and they're both ones again? Because I feel like I really don't want that to happen.
Hey guys. Nope. So I will. My perception and investigation are the same. So. Okay.
You can do it.
17.
As you are climbing the tower to the 3rd floor, you see the occasional tripwire. You see the occasional pressure plate.
Oh, there.
Hidden pressure plate, may I add.
Not obvious. That's all right.
Diveris assists with arcana checks. As you reach the landing of the 3rd floor, there is more activity on this floor. You slow down. Diveris noticed that there's an alarm spell activated. He dispels it. I need you all to roll me stealth checks, please.
Okay, you still have advantage, Bash.
Good.
We all rolled it. We all roll with advantage.
Only Bash. Sorry.
It's only me.
Okay. I still think I did. Okay. Did 15.
20.
Wow.
You're getting ridiculous.
I got a 21.
Very good.
The Shadow Monk is the loudest. I don't. What I think it's a 15.
The Shadow Monk in the game called Shadow of Vecna is.
Yeah. The loudest of all of them. Except Diveris. I mean, Diveris just like falls over and his spine snaps and it's like.
Well, I kind of imagine Diveris being so light, he's like a feather, and when you drop a feather, they make no noises.
True. I just thought his bones and his scoliosis would make a noise when it landed.
Scoliosis.
That's why we never put him at the back, because if he falls down, we wouldn't hear him and just carry on.
That's happened before. We've climbed mountains before, and he's like fallen, and we didn't even know. We just like reached the summit. We're like,
We just thought he got down much quicker than we did.
I guess he stopped for a smoke. All right, we'll just wait here. That's fine.
No, come on, let's be realistic. We would never have got him up a mountain.
Guys. This episode.
Time for another drink. No, sorry.
All right.
You guys are in a mood. That's all I'm going to say is you guys are in a mood.
I'm playing catch up.
You get to the top of the floor. You hear a lot of movement. Once again, it's one of those places where it's divided. You're in the centre and it's divided in a circle. You hear the slapping of, I don't know, wizards wear sandals and flip-flops as they run down the hall. You crouch. You go from the landing into an open door. You're so close to the vault. It's just there, around the corner to the left. But to the left you definitely hear the noise of wizards.
Can I, with thaumaturgy, I can make the sound of someone shouting and things. Could I impersonate the head mage calling for them?
Oh, this is, if my memory serves, this is what I witnessed when I was here the first time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask out of character. Was the last when you were here? Was the room before the vault where the whole like coup happened? I thought that was on a different floor.
It goes downstairs. Yeah.
I think they're on the same.
They were on the same floor.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Like, in the same room, isn't it?
Yeah. So the room you're in is just kind of like a little storage room.
Yeah.
The room that you went into was like a big meeting room with like rooms and
it had room
marbles.
for everybody to have this thing on the ground, and they were all standing. That was the room.
And then the vault was behind them.
Behind that.
Yeah.
We all in that room. Yeah.
Okay. So
do we hear Mira's voice?
You do not.
yeah, so we don't hear like the sound of vengeance and death to all Vecna worshippers. Okay.
Sorry, Dan, was that a yes or a no?
No.
No, you don't.
No,
Don't.
do not.
Sorry.
Okay. So Bash like sneaks up to the head of the group and is like, "Do we need the mages help in defeating their, like, the Princes of Pleasure's enemies? Because we're gonna have to break our deal if we go in here and fight."
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we should mess with it. This is what I was witnessing. It's already about to be taken care of for us. This is like the thing.
Right, but we need to get into that vault. Are they gonna let us in the vault?
Will it happen the same way though? Because we changed it, bringing the orcs here.
There's only one way to find out.
And it involves Tiberius turning me invisible for 5 seconds.
I mean, yeah, it's who has invisibility. I mean, the only problem is mages are going to be able to sense invisible people, and then
Not with Pass Without a Trace. You can't be detected by magical means.
okay, all right, sounds good. Diveris, I'm sure, has plenty of spell slots.
I have it too.
No problem. Oh, okay,
Khan has it too, right?
you don't have invisibility. Karn doesn't have invisibility.
No, pass,
I've always had it.
Oh, that's
I've been casted as invisible multiple times, but
right.
of my own doing.
Okay. And pass it without a trace. Can anybody cast it on Bash?
It's Pass Without a Trace goes to like 6 people within the original origin. I have characters that cast this all the time. I'm sorry.
It's whoever you want.
Okay. I just
within range.
Yeah, as long as we're
Cast
within.
Without a Trace, the only version of this I ever knew was worthless, and you never used it.
Oh yeah, no man.
Not in fifth edition. Okay.
It's just anyone within range that you choose, and it's plus 10 to your stealth roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's have Diveris cast invisibility on us, and then because at a second level you can do all 4 of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anybody else with us? We don't have like weird hangers on now, right?
No weird hangers on.
I'm not forgetting like the cool ass Baker's here with us. He's like, "Hey guys, let's hang out." All right. Okay, good. So yeah, Diveris.
Aracum is the only cool baker here. All the other ones are nasty.
Yeah, but that Baker is all beefy, and I was into him. So I don't.
It's fine. No one's with us.
Bash can change his mind about being Vecna's worshiper. Worship someone else. All right, let's go. So Pass Without a Trace, and then invisibility, and we're gonna head towards the vault and try and avoid. Even though like the sword is going to be, man, I hope it doesn't shout that it wants to kill everybody that worships Vecna in this room. That's the only thing that I'm worried about. Bash is like, don't say anything, because it can technically speak common and like talk out loud.
I'll wrap your sword and then stick it in this bag again. With part of it.
I don't want to be invisible, Pass Without a Trace, and then blind. Okay,
Well, we'll only stick half of him in there with his mouth, and you'll still have the hilt. Just stay close to me.
Complicated web.
Pretty sure it doesn't matter where the sword talks out of, but it's important, GM. It's important to figure out if the sword needs to talk out of the blade or the. Anyway, we're gonna go towards the vault, all hidden, and the sword is.
Roll me stealth checks, please.
Thank you.
So advantage with plus 10.
24.
26.
20. Oh no. Sorry. 23.
The door opens and you see your chance to sneak in. You slip in, all of you, quietly. The acolytes, apprentices, at the door don't seem to notice you. Inside the room is chaos. When you were last here, everyone was calm. They didn't seem to care. But now there's shouting, arguing. There's even a few thrown wands around as people are being disarmed as they try and quick draw each other. and then everything freezes. And you hear those sultry tones. And unfortunately my voice mod is broken, so I can't turn on the voice, but you're just going to have to imagine it this time. Well, what do we have here? I think it's time that you pick a side. And it is here we will end the session. Because I'm sick of it.
Wow. Wow.
I know.
Fair.
No, I said that we would continue until we got to the vault, and then we would continue the vault when everyone is
All
here
together.
for our final showdown.
This is gonna tell Diveris he's out like all of his spell slots though, because we made him. Like, yeah, sorry, you can't use that though. Nope.
It's like fly, invisibility, dispel magic. It's just
Yep,
like,
exactly.
it's like a fireworks display today.
I mean, this is.
What
It's,
can I do? You have a nice goodberry spell right
yeah,
there.
I feel like you can always use cantrips, my friend.
Goodberry.
I bet they taste like ash though, because his good berries would just be like smoke. He'd be like, "Here you go, have some good berries."
Goodberry.
Tastes like
I love that.
ash. Not
Why
so
am I
good
eating a
berries.
cigarette that's already been smoked? This is awful.
Bad berries, bad berries.
Bye. This has been lovely.
No, as much as I've been flabbergasted by you, this has been very, very fun. And this will be our second to last session before we break away and go do life things, and then we come back in winter. I'd like to thank everyone who watched and chatted, who put up with us. Quickly, let's go around the table and let us know who you are, where we can find you, what you're up to, and I would also like to know what you would like to see in the final episode, and also what you would like to see in winter. So, last person touch the nose goes out. No, that was you, Con.
I'm last.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Bunny, and I play Karn, our delicious tiefling monk on this. On Saturdays and Sundays. Not the Saturday and Sunday, but no, wait, yes, the Saturday. It's
Yep, it's this
Yeah.
weekend. Yep.
this weekend. You get a double feature of me on the Goldheart channel. Saturdays is Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and Sundays is Pan Dimensionals. So I'm either just in trouble and on fire, or I'm in trouble on fire and in space. Other than that, you can find me on Twitter at Honeybuns. You can find me on Twitch at BattlescarBunny. And we have some upcoming things, nothing to announce right now, but it's going to be fun and I'm going to get emotional. Come check me out.
Ooh. Okay, and again, the last person touching this. No, Batch, that was you. You weren't paying attention.
I was thinking about all the cool stuff that was going to happen. Hello, it's me. I'm Rand on the internet. Show the books on Twitter. How are you? I'm great. I'm sorry that if I have caused anybody to feel kerfuffled or anxious or angry about how D&D goes, but you know, sometimes we have to act out our manic natures in characters. Anyway, I don't really have an online presence, but if you would go to randomly generated JENN on Twitch and Rose Artemis, not only do they do great D&D things, but they also variety stream. Please follow everybody else that I'm talking to here in the Zoom call. You know, all my friends who hate me now. It's fine. I love it. And have a good week. What I would like to see next week is Bash's ability to jam a sword straight into the prince's face and murder them and lick their blood off of the sword. But that's not going to happen. But that's okay because we can have dreams. And what was the other question? I forget.
What would you like to see in winter?
Oh, winter. Um, if we're gonna do like Feywild shit, bring it on because the weirder and the more like witchy, the better. Because that's me.
Okay.
I am a sea witch, and I will appreciate any witch which comes our way.
Buns, we didn't actually have your what you'd like to see from last
Yeah,
session.
once they start, I was like, oh crap, I forgot to do the thing.
Yes, I do it now.
All right, so in Shadow of Vecna, the finale, things that I would like to see. I would like to see I would like to see us have an epic like Avengers like moment where we are just like kicking ass. And also don't hurt my babes. I can change him. When it comes to the Feywilds, I am planning on trying out the awesome circle of spores. So your sea witch might have a creepy druid friend. So I am wanting unnecessary magic surges. I am wanting options into which I maybe can have a romance. I want you to just mess me up, okay? I'm ready for your full level of imagination.
Okay, you asked for it. One hunky heartthrob coming up. We can talk preference later.
As long as it's not Gratz. As long as Gratz doesn't come back and is like, hey, everybody, I'm here. Let's do it. I'm not into it.
I changed him.
It's the X card from me for Gratz to come back and have you be able to manipulate him into being your boyfriend. Well, wait. Not manipulate, sorry. Fix him. The end.
And last but certainly not least, Arafo.
みんな今日も見てくれてありがとうございました。いろんなふざけあって申し訳ありませんでした。でも来週は最後なのでぜひ見てください。My name is Phoenix Iwaki, and as you may have guessed, I am over here in Japan and like to use that lovely language. I am over on Twitter as Phoenix Iwaki and love talking about this game that we are playing here. I would also love to send out lots of love and thanks to those wonderful people over at Castle Mac and PowerScore RPG for hosting us today as well. They have great D&D streams and other games too. Check them out if you have the chance. And next week, I would like to see Gratz and Vecna realize that they loved each other all along and run into each other's arms and let us escape this loop.
Yep. Nope. I changed my mind. If Gratz falls in love with Vecna and they become a couple and then free us in their wedding, I'm in. 100.
Right? You didn't have to stick us in a time loop. I'm anxious and I don't know how to say hello.
And as for winter,
That's actually, oh my god, it's the greatest. It's the greatest thing. He's like, you've come here finally to the vault. Can you? How do I talk to Vecna though? What do you think he likes other than like magic? Sorry.
That's what's inside the vault. There's an engagement ring that we're supposed to get out. Anyway,
I'm done.
winter. If Blossom Gadget survives the stream, I would very much love to see anything Feywildy that gets thrown at us, because I have never been there, and I am going to play my first ever regular height character.
Oh. This is you know what this is? This stream is the revenge to all my DMs. This is revenge for all the drow I've ever played. This is Derek's revenge for my sassy, flirty Onyx elf who hits on everything.
I'm
And
not
he's
saying that
slowly-
someone didn't just give me money to be obnoxious all day,
and
but
slowly seduce his big bad, which is working. And this is revenge from Kievan for being like the most difficult drow noble that refuses to be part of the party. This is my comeuppance. This is what it is. Right, guys, I am Gloss and Gadgets, otherwise known as Leonie. And if you would like to play The Lost City, which is what we have been playing, which was created by my friend Dum, I'm actually releasing it on the Gold Heart Gaming Patreon, which you can pay anything you like for it. It's got all the stuff in there. You'll see it's very different from how I ran it, and it will be very different from how you run it. It fits in any world, in any situation, and it's a good little jaunt through what is technically Groundhog Day in D&D world. Next week is our final episode. I'll be all emotional. Because I'll be saying goodbye to this wonderful party. I'll be saying goodbye to the Greyhawk channel for a little while. And then hopefully I'll be back in winter. So, catch me on Gold Heart channel, Gold Heart Gaming, I think our Twitches. You see me talking in the chat with it. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and may you always roll crits. Night!